Okay, I'm Bedo Angari Duku, a student in Bachelor of Science Agricultural Economics, and I'll be discussing about the different cultural management practices that are done in the growing of roses, which is done under the greenhouse. This is, for example, I'll be talking about pruning, I'll be talking about debudding, I'll be talking about desuckering, I'll be talking about deflowering, and the fertilizer application, the irrigation, and all that. So we will start with the budding, whereby I will be the budding involves you remove buds like this one, which are upcoming along the table, because if as you can observe, they are the main flowers. This side, that is that side, that side. Now we have to remove the buds here from this side, so that all the nutrients coming from the soil will be well supplied to the main flowers in the table. So it is removing this, whereby you remove the bud, that is the budding, you cut it off. The next practice I'll be talking about is about desuckering, whereby we remove the excess suckers. Desuckering, we remove these branches here, like this one, this, like this one. These are the desuckering steps. We're going to remove it. So I will be cutting it like this, with one sharp cut, like that. We remove them, that is desuckering, exactly. And the purpose of desuckering, and then you let it down there so that it can decompose and release the nutrients, which will go back to the soil. Let me see, yeah, we can also desucker this one. This is part of desuckering. It's one of the maintenance and cultural practices done in the growing of roses under greenhouse management. Yeah, you let it close down there. That is, we have done the budding, we have done the suckering. We are now going to talk about the flowering, whereby we will remove the flowers that are already overgrown. They are showing some symptoms that are not so encouraging. Like, for example, this one, this flower, if you compare this flower to this one, this is a bit bright, it is healthy, you see, but this one is like it is affected by the pest. You can see some aphids here, leading to the poor performance of the flower. So when deflowering, you will cut off the flower at this level. You cut it like that to remove the overgrown flowers and the affected flowers by pests and diseases. Let it loose there. And then after you remove the flower, that is after you deflower, you bend the branch like this. You bend it this way, so that we will be encouraging some other branches to come out, like from some other buds to develop, like from here, like in between this node and this one. At this internode, there will be a bud developing from this point. In between another internode here and here, another bud will develop here. This one, we have another bud here, and another one here. So by bending this branch, I'll be increasing the buds, which will bring praise to the flowers. So we will be increasing the flower productivity, because from one branch, which was like this, after bending it, the buds come up and we have many flowers produced. And again, when you bend the branches like this after you deflower, you encourage proper utilization of sunlight, and as well when you spray, you apply the chemicals, there will be proper infiltration of the chemicals into the leaves, so there will be a better performance of the flowers and the crops. So another practice we're going to talk about is water application, that is irrigation. Irrigation, as we know, it's very essential. We might irrigate to supply the water that is needed by the flowers for the growth of the flowers. We need water to dissolve the excess salts that may be in the soil. We need to irrigate to apply water that will, after dissolving the soils, supplement the moisture that is needed for the performance of the crop. We as well need this water so that it can dissolve the fertilizers that is applied, and the fertilizer will be absorbed in well dissolved form. Now in here we have the method used for irrigation is drip irrigation. Like we can see, we have these pipes. There is some piping system here. We have some drips from the pipe, whereby each plant of the flower, we have a drip coming out, like here. Yeah, the drip is there. We have another one here, like this one. So this is drip irrigation. And if you observe keenly, we have this fertilizer here, this mode particles. This is the application of fertilizer by method of side dressing. The precise fertilizer applied here is NPK 01717. I will also talk about pruning. Pruning is another very essential and effective practice, cultural practice in maintenance in the growth of roses. I will explain the purpose of pruning. Why we do pruning. We prune so that we may remove the diseased and the attacked, the branches that are not performing well, so that we may reduce competition, so that all the nutrients coming from the soil will be supplied correctly to the flowers, so that we have good performance of the flowers. So pruning, I'll be removing excess branches. For example, like this one, you cut them off. That is pruning. And there are different kinds of pruning. We may have heading back. We may also have, like heading back, you cut the tip so that you may encourage lateral branches to come from the main branch. That one will reduce competition and will increase the level of productivity, and as well we will obtain more quality flowers after doing pruning. And pruning can also be done through, that is one method, that is we have done heading back. We can also thin out. For example, thinning out is like here. Thinning out, you remove the excess branches in thinning out, so that you may reduce the competition for the nutrients, for light, for water, that is for moisture, and therefore we will improve the performance of the crops of the flower. And then we also have deshooting. Deshooting is another method of pruning whereby we remove this water shoots. They are called water shoots. You remove the water shoots. Water shoots are these simple they are simple branches that develop so vigorously after after maybe there is rainfall. That is in case outside we don't, like in here we are in a greenhouse, so rainfall doesn't come in, we have to apply water through irrigation method, like we're doing irrigation. So when we remove the shoots, the water shoot, that is shooting, is another method of pruning. You remove the water shoots so that it can at least, because these ones, they are very juvenile. When you compare with the flowers, these other flowers are mature already. They've grown enough to support themselves, but the water shoots, they're just weak, they're juvenile, we don't need them. We need to take care and concentrate on the grown and well-developed flowers. Those are the practices that we carry here in rearing, in growing of roses. And I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned, I hope you got the difference in different practices that we do in the course of growing of roses. That is the lesson for today. Thank you so much.